Hello and welcome to Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. Today is the day we start our journey through Heavensward, Stormblood, and Shadowbringers in preparation for Endwalker. And in order to do this, I am using New Game Plus because I do not have the time to start a fresh character all the way through A Realm Reborn, primarily because I also have a lot done on this character, and I don't want to do it again. So yeah, here we go. Coming to Ishgard. The time for action has come, and Alphinaud knows what he must do.
The dawn's light will shine again. So long as we have these specious accusations hanging over us, we will struggle to achieve anything.
Honestly, whoever uses specious is super weird. I've never heard that before.
You must go to Ishgard, as Tataru proposed. I will return to Uldar and set things right.
At that point, you just have a thesaurus open and looking for any words that are
do not be
very
so
difficult to
hasty,
pronounce.
Master Alphinaud.
Lord Orchiffon.
Ah, good old Horshaphant.
Full well do I understand your desire to clear your names. But now is not the time for drastic action. You yet have allies upon whom you can rely. There is no need to act alone.
Yes. Yes, of course. Pray forgive my impatience.
I bring tidings. Count Edmont has decreed that the three of you be taken in as wards of House Fortin. Under our patronage, you shall be granted access to the city proper.
Wonderful.
Pray, consider our manor your new headquarters, from which you may gather information and plan how best to proceed. Needless to say, should any of your missing allies be found, as I am certain they shall, they will of course be welcome to join you there.
You are more than generous, my friend. On behalf of my fellows, I humbly accept your offer of hospitality.
The Count is a good man and just. He will treat you with the kindness and respect that a hero and dear friend deserves.
To Ishgard, then. Together. There we shall carry on the Scion's legacy. There we shall begin anew.
Here, here!
I must go on ahead and speak with the Count. Fear not, however, for everything has been arranged. The sentries at the gates of Judgement have been informed of our decision. You need but state your names, and they will allow you to pass. My manservant shall be waiting for you at the city gates, ready to escort you to our manor, where we shall meet again. Until then... Alright, time to get a move on. Okay, time to get to Ishgard. Wards of House Fortin. Yes, you may pass. Balmy, it really is hit windy up here.
And so they came, at a friend's behest.
I think I stapled my hat to my head.
Heroes once celebrated as saviors of Eorzea, brought low through treachery, their names blackened with royal blood. With memories of the lost and dreams of redemption, with hope yet in their hearts, they came.
Ishgard.
To Ishgard, shining city on the mount, overlooking the dominion of Kurthus. A great and proud nation, devoted to Halone, the Fury, ruled by Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. The last bastion of the faith, her walls ever bristling with the sworn swords and spears of her 4 high houses.
Well, she has definitely seen better days.
A land that after 1,000 years of war had forgotten what it was to be at peace. Through gates long closed, the warrior of light and his companions passed, entering at last a city whose history was written in blood. In the midst of the Dragonsong War they came, 3 weary travelers whose arrival would set in motion great change. Though none knew then how great.
From the memoirs of Count Edmond de Forton, Heavensward. And Heavensward. Okay. From afar, the spires did not seem so tall. Gods, I feel like a child in a giant's castle. Greetings, Master Kilray. On behalf of House Fortom, I bid you welcome to Ishgard. My lord humbly requests your presence at his residence in the Pillars. If you all would all come with me. Okay, there we are. To look upon the splendor of these heights, one would little suspect the ruin wrought by the wyverns below. Is it just me, or is the air up here different? You can almost smell the wealth and power. God, it's making me faint. It also might just be we're so high up the air is thinning. The warrior of light and his brave companions, walking the streets of Ishgard at last. What a glorious sight. I cannot tell you how long I have waited for this day. Allow me to present you my family home, Fortom Manor. I should like nothing more than to show you around, but everyone is gathered to receive you. Come, my friends, introductions must be made. Lordy, lordy, we're lined up from the tallest to shortest.
My lord, I have returned with the Scions.
I hope your journey was not too taxing. I, Count Edmond de Fortom, do bid you welcome. As wards of House Fortom, you shall be afforded every courtesy. My home is your home.
My companions and I are deeply honored, Count Fortin.
The honor is mine, Master Alphino. Consider it an expression of our gratitude for your service to Ishgard.
Forgive me, my lord, but are you not concerned? To accept foreign guests at such a juncture, especially ones with our reputation.
Do not worry yourself on my account. 'Tis true that Ishgard's first thought has ever been the war effort, hence the closing of our borders, yet it is in troubled times most of all that men should seek allies. Don't you think? Granted, my decision will have raised eyebrows in the vault and in the halls of the other high houses. But so long as you continue with your altruistic endeavors, I doubt my honored peers will feel moved to voice their concerns.
Then there is naught to fear. Though our numbers are much reduced, we are no less determined to carry on our work.
Full glad am I to hear it. But before you return to your labors, why not take a tour of the city? You would do well, I think, to acquaint yourselves with your new surroundings. After all, you may be here for some time.
Taking in the sights, Alphino has mind to learn more about Ishgard. Though our friends in House Fortin have been generous enough to extend us their protection, we must take care not to impose too much on their hospitality. It is only proper that we learn about our new home, so that we might become more self-sufficient. It'll take a while to learn the lay of the land, but learn it we must. Then there's the markets and taverns. We'll need to know where to shop and where to hear small talk. To seem a tour of the city is indeed in order. I thank you for your counsel, my lord. My companions and I shall of course do as you suggest. Very good. Then my manservant shall accompany you. He will be able to answer any questions you might have. Ah, but I grow forgetful in my dotage. There is something I must give you ere we part. The documentation is in order, I trust. Yes, my lord. Sweet, a piece of paper. Those documents identify you as wards of House Fortin. Given that our borders have remained closed for decades, many of my countrymen are unaccustomed to treating with foreigners. Should anyone happen to question your presence here, it may prove necessary to remind them that you remain under the protection of House Fortin, but let us hope it shall not come to that. Rest assured that we shall do our utmost to avoid any situation which might compel us to invoke your name. Marks, Tartaru, the city awaits. Let's go. I confess, it had long been a dream of mine to visit Ishgard. To my childish self, her towers, bridges, and cobbled streets seemed akin to something from a fairy tale, and I have never quite outgrown the fantasy. As this is your first time in our fair city, pray permit me to show you to the Hoplon, from whence we may gaze upon the splendor of the Holy Vault. Though all sights pale in comparison, 'tis only meet that you see it first. I shall then show you around the jeweled crozier, where you may purchase all manner of goods and services, before descending to the Foundation's Aetheryte Plaza, if there are no questions. The Holy Vault, where Archbishop Thornton VII rules from on high. They're awfully fond of statues, aren't they? Hey, what if I took up sculpting? I bet you could make a fortune in a place like this, and we need every gil we can get, she says to the person with 43 million in the bank. The Hoplong, so named for the bronze great shield borne by our nation's patron deity, is the largest plaza in Ishgard. The magnificent cathedral to the north is, of course, the Holy Vault. The vault is both Ishgard's seat of government and the residence of the Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Begging your pardon, the statues to the south, are they perchance Thornton's famed Knights 12? Very good, Master Alphino. They are the fathers of Ishgard, the brave knights who joined King Thornton I to put down Nidhogg and found this great nation. Ours is a city rich in history and tradition, and there is much you can learn by exploring the pillars. Time permitting, of course. Now then, if you will follow me to the Jeweled Crozier, I shall introduce you to Mistress Elise, our master of the markets. Do not know how to pronounce a lot of these names, so I'm going to mispronounce them. Feel free to put in the comments how the proper pronunciation is, so I know. Not a single scorched stone in sight. To watch these merchants going about their business, one would think the dragons had never attacked. Well, you're clearly not locals or traveling peddlers, which makes you all... Check out my fancy paper. Ah, wards of House Fort Tom. How very interesting. Count Edmund has granted us leave to remain in Ishgard for as long as we may wish, which may be some time. Accordingly, we will have need of sundry goods, hence our desire to make your acquaintance. That is, of course, assuming you are content to accept this custom of foreigners. Should you be uncomfortable? Young sir, we do not discriminate in matters of money. If you have coin to spend, who are we to refuse it? Weapons, armor, accoutrements, medicine, materials, whatever your desire, it can be found in the crozier. Our merchants will be more than happy to accommodate you, as you shall soon see. Our next destination is the Aetheryte Plaza and Foundation. If everyone is ready... Oh, I've already attuned myself to the Aetheryte. I trust you have as well. Oh, way ahead of you there, buddy. Do you ever get a funny tingling feeling when you attune to an Aetheryte? Or is it just me? No? So it is just me. And here we have Foundation's Aetheryte Plaza. If you have yet to attune to the Aetheryte, it would be wise to do so now. The better half. Your guide is eager to continue your tour of Ishgard. As for our next destination, mayhap we should decide together. What else can be found nearby? The Sky Steel Manufactory stands to the west. There our engineers conceive and manufacture weapons for use against the dragons. The holy stables, where chocobos are trained for war, also lie in that direction. To the north and east can be found the congregation of our knights most heavenly, while to the south and east, well, it would be best if you avoided that area. And why is that? I fear our knights may not be able to ensure your safety in the lowest levels, Master Alphonse. Hold your nose when you pass the broom, little lord. A delicate flower like you is like to wilt in our fumes. Hell of a voice to carry from all the way over there. You misjudge me, sir, for I am no lord, but a humble traveller. Oh, you come to see the sights, have you? Take a turn down the Hoplum and gulp at the statues? Well, if you've a mind to learn how the better half live, come and have a drink at the Forgotten Night, if your nursemaid maid'll let you. My humblest apologies, Master Alphonse. Pray pay that drunken lout no mind. Oh, but I must. It would not do to refuse such a heartfelt invitation. Yes, I simply must see this Forgotten Night for myself. I trust you see the wisdom in this, Marks. There are few sources of information more abundant than a bustling local upholstery. Not that I expect to hear any news of our missing comrades just yet. Nevertheless, who can say what we might learn of recent events? Then I'm coming too. Alright, now just go over there. Once more, I must urge you to reconsider. There are several gentlemen who appear less than pleased by our presence. Yes, I've got a good feeling about this place. Mayhap one drink would be... No, I mustn't. Must say, this is rather unusual. Not just one, but a whole party of fresh new faces in my tavern. We are but arrived recently in Ishgard, and are eager to acquaint ourselves with her more notable establishments, Master... Gibberlant. Just Gibberlant will do. I'm flattered you think so highly of my establishment. Can't promise it'll live up to your expectations, but if it's a decent food and drink you're after, you could do much worse. Judging by the number of customers I see, I suspect your fare is rather more than decent. Speaking of your clientele, I could not help but note a difference between those who frequent the upper and lower floors. Spot of that, did you? Aye, up here you'll find peddlers, porters, off-duty knights, and so forth, dropping in on their way to or from somewhere else. Regulars maybe, but not locals. Folks from the Broom, they tend to congregate downstairs, where we offer a menu more suited to their tastes. Cheaper meals, stronger spirits, old quality mind, but not the sort of stuff I'd recommend to yourselves. You speak of the lowest levels, yes? Why do they call them the Broom, if I may ask? 'Cause when the weather's foul and the broom rolls in thick, it's the poor swords living at the bottom who have to deal with it. I see. And it's not just the weather. When the ravens broke through the wards and started tearing up the city, it was the Broom that got the worst of it, while the Peels enjoyed the protection of the high houses and the temple knights. A few people are still sore about that, mind, which is why, considering your present company, I'd recommend you keep your wits about you if you mean to go below, and something sharp in your boot, just to be sure. I shall take your words to heart, sir. Master Alphonse, I think it would be best if we returned to Forton Manor. You go on ahead without me. I'm staying for a drink or two. Mistress Tartar, I am afraid that is out of the question. My lord the Count would never forgive me if I abandoned one of his charges in such a place. Least of all a maiden. What are you up to, Tartaru? Look around, Alphonse. This tavern is full of people whose business regularly takes them beyond the gates of Judgement. With friends like that, I could practically live here and wait for the newest gossip to come to me. Indeed, but will you be safe here on your own? Oh, please, do you know how often I looked after the Waking Sands and the Rising Stones by myself? If I had a gill for every unwelcome caller I'd driven all away, I'd be richer beyond my wildest dreams. I'll be fine. Not that I doubt the lady's not for fending off unwanted advances, but I'll be damned if I'm going to let anyone lay an unwelcome hand on a patron in my establishment. That settles it then. Tartaru, Marcus and I shall return to the manor for now. Contact me via link pearl if you require assistance. I will. Okay, back to the manor. Tell us then, Master Alphino, does Ishgard meet with your expectations? That which I imagined pales in comparison to the reality. I felt the weight of 1,000 years of history with every step I took. And when those steps took me past the scars left by the Wyverns Foundation, I understood how easily that history could end in tragedy. The attack was devastating. The casualties, unspeakable. The Wyverns did not discriminate. Unarmed men and women, even children, were given no quarter. Sir Emmerich has ordered his knights to strengthen our defenses, and each house has been called upon to lend what aid it can, support it can. There is much to be done, yet alas, able-bodied men and women are in short supply. Mayhap we could be of assistance, my lord. After all you have done for us, we would welcome any opportunity to repay your kindness. You mean me repay their kindness? I do the heavy lifting for the Scions. That is a most generous offer, Master Alphino. You are guests in my home, to whom I have extended my hospitality without obligation, let or lien. Nevertheless, Ishgard's need is great, and if you are willing to aid our cause, I cannot well refuse. Good. What would you ask of us? From what I have heard, you are an intelligent, persuasive young man. Such qualities may prove most useful to us in our efforts to secure provisions from foreign sources, identifying trustworthy suppliers, brokering contracts, and so on. As for you, Master Kilray, I could ask for no one better than a storied veteran such as yourself, a man with the capacity to act swiftly and decisively when needed, to aid Artoirel and Amanelaine in their duties. I beg your pardon. I am more than capable of carrying out my duty by myself. I have no need of our honored guests' assistance. Now, be reasonable, brother. What manner of fool would say no when a famous hero offered to do his work? Hold your tongues! By the Fury, the two of you will conduct yourselves with dignity befitting your station, and show Master Kilray the respect he deserves. This is the man who slew Gaius von Baelsar and some half-dozen primals besides. He's not here to steal your glory or serve as your errand boy. If you can pardon them their impropriety, Master Kilray, I should be much obliged if you would lend my sons a helping hand. My thanks. Fury willing, they may even learn something from you. 'Twould seem that we shall not want for employment over the coming days, though that was never in doubt. Our host's initial reluctance to accept our offer of aid was solely for appearance's sake. In truth, he is glad of this opportunity to put us to work. By granting us patronage, House Fortom has taken on a tremendous risk. Until we demonstrate our worth to Ishgard at large, the Count will face considerable opposition from his peers in matters great and small. And so he would have us publicly serve Ishgard, whilst simultaneously keeping his sons in check. 'Tis an arrangement we may benefit from in unexpected ways. My own duties may feasibly bring me into contact with people who know something of our missing comrades. And as you go about helping our two lords with their various responsibilities, you will inevitably make new acquaintances in Ishgard, mayhap even new allies. Yes, the more I think on it, the more confident that I am that by furthering their goals, we shall further our own. Okay, Artoirel, you first. Over the wall. Lord Artoirel is less than eager to brief you on his mission. Let us begin anew, Master Kilray. I am Sir Artoirel de Forton, eldest son of Count Edmund de Forton. You will forgive me my outburst, I hope. I meant no disrespect. I merely consider myself equal to the duties entrusted to me. unlike some. Horshafont has spoken of you often. If you're even half the man he claims, I should be glad to have you at my side. To the matter at hand, then, we will be assisting my esteemed compatriots of House Durandire and Zamail. You are aware of our friendly rivalry, I take it? Aye, well, suffice it to say, the prospect of assisting said houses does not fill me with joy. However, it is the will of the Holy See that we set aside our differences at this crucial juncture, but we shall speak more of that anon. First, we must need secure transport to Falcon's Nest. Let us make for the Chocobo stables and foundation. I have secured Chocobo porters for the two of us. The Chocobo Keep has yours. Greetings, Master Kilray. I've saddled a black chocobo for your journey to the Western Highlands, as poor Lord Artuarel's instruction. Will this be your first time riding a black chocobo, may I ask? If so, you're in for a treat, as I dare say you know this particular breed can fly. Given the right conditions, they can carry you quite high, too, even over Snowcloak. You needn't worry about directing the bird, of course. Like all porters, she's trained to carry you to your destination all by herself, so just relax and enjoy the view. Oh, but be sure not to relax your grip, will you? 2 hands on the reins at all time, if you please. Okay, off to the Western Highlands. The Curthis Western Highlands.
To the frozen wastes of the Western Highlands, once verdant tracts made pallid by the calamity. Beyond the towering wall of ice, to lands long forsaken that the knights of Ishgard strove tirelessly to reclaim. To the hamlet of Falcon's Nest, once abandoned, now freed of its pall of snow and ash, he came.
I have arrived. Who's a good bird? You're a good bird. The world looks quite different from when viewed from the back of an airborne chocobo, does it not? I still find the experience strangely liberating. To business. Sir Redwald is in charge here. He should be expecting us. It has been far, far too long, Lord Artwarel. And who might your companion be? Pray forgive us our lateness, Sir Redwald. I present to you Marx Kilray, Ward of House Forton. Yes, of course. Judgement spoke of you. I, Sir Redwald of House Durandire, do bid you welcome to Falcon's Nest. We are both eager to contribute to the settlement's restoration. How may we be of service? Before we speak of that, would I be correct in assuming that Master Kilray is unfamiliar with our recent history? Then, with your permission, I shall recount the tale for his benefit. As you may know, Falcon's Nest was once a hamlet with a small garrison of knights and some few villagers, and then came the calamity. When it became clear that the snow would not stop falling, we had no choice but to order a complete withdrawal. The settlement and the entirety of the Western Highlands were to be abandoned. Abandoned to the heretics. Lady Iceheart and her kind have walked these lands with impunity ever since. Aye, but no longer. The Holy See has commanded the reclamation of the Western Highlands and the expulsion of heretical elements. Falcon's Nest is key to accomplishing these objectives, but as you can see, rebuilding the hamlet will be no small undertaking. Our craftsmen require support and protection, and the assistance you can offer will be greatly appreciated. As promised, we of House Fortom are at your disposal, Sir Redwald. You need but tell us where to begin. Work in progress. Sir Redwald would have you assist the craftsmen rebuilding the fortifications of Falcon's Nest. Several craftsmen in service of House Amile are contributing to the restoration of Falcon's Nest. These men and women are quite skilled in building and repairing fortifications, but their progress has been hampered by a number of factors. Roth, their foreman, tells me that he is in need of a man with your talents. Would you be so kind as to seek him out? Yes, I'm Roth. And who might you be? A promised help. Glad to have you aboard. I've the honor of overseeing this fine mess you see before you. Sent me over on one of them blackbirds, same as you, to build and mend and tell others how to build and mend. But Fury, take me this ice. It's bloody unnatural how fast it forms. It's icicle sprites, I tell you. Mark my words, there are pockets of them here and there, just waiting for me to turn my back so they can sneak out and do their dirty work. So I need you to search the hamlet and put an end to it. If you stand watch long enough, you're sure to find them. Okay, looking. Icicle sprites! I never noticed the sound they make when they hit the ground, just shattering. Looking. Like dropping a pane of glass. And like that, done and done. Ha! Now there's a man what looks like he's found his marks. You're just the sort we need around here. The kind of little hop too when he sees a task undone. The first and foremost, good help is hard to find. A sad truth that Roth knows well. You're a dab hand at warcraft, I can tell. Not that I have any skills at arms to speak of mine, but it doesn't take an expert to recognize expertise. Be a ways to keep you to myself when there are others out what need help, same as me. So if you're keen on keep on doing what you've done, I'd ask you to head north to the pike. There's a bloody huge statue out in the wastes if you've never been. Mason by the name of Thieramont is out there, tending to the thing. Good that man, Thieramont. But I reckon he's taken on too much work for one. Might be there's something you can do for him. Okay. Hail to you, traveler! What brings you out this way? Foreman Roth bid you assist me. Well, far be it for me to turn down a helping hand. I've been tasked with the restoration of this sculpture. 5 years of neglect have not been kind, to say the least. Fortunately, I've just the thing for it. Rather, those deep eyes have it. If you can slay 3 and bring me their bristles, I would be in your debt. Okay, time to kill some eyes. I got you, your bristles. There you are. Have you the bristles? Thick, deep gray bristles, sheared from a wild beast. Ah, feel how coarse that is. That's why they're perfect for scrubbing the soot from the statue. Beautiful, isn't it? The spitting image of Haldreth, first of the Azure Dragoons and one of Ishgard's founding fathers. A symbol of everything the Dravanians despise, which is why they've taken to searing it with dragonfire every time they pass by. But no longer will we suffer this desecration of our nation's hero. Soon this statue will be as it once was, a proud shining testament to the determination of Ishgard, and a message to the heretics that we have returned. The work may be hard and the conditions harsh, but as a proud Ishgardian, I could ask for no greater honor. From on high, before you return to Falcon's Nest, Theramont has a favor to ask. Are you for Falcon's Nest? If so, I have a favor to ask. There's this knight, Sir Yesadore, stationed at the anvil to the west of here. She's always treated me with kindness and respect, more than I deserve, to be honest. Any road, while you were away, she came through on patrol, and I think she might have left a package behind. It's a bit of a detour, but would you mind returning it to her? My thanks to you, my friend. Okay. What's that? A package? I haven't the foggiest about what you're talking about. Why, once hot package, unintentionally left by Yesadore to cool in the frigid highwind winds. Confound it, that fool of a... what a waste. It was a gift, adventurer. Theramont labors day and night without regard for his own well-being. At the very least, he ought to try and eat better. Why not simply give it to him? By the Fury, have you no sense of decorum? A highborn knight cannot be seen in favoring a low-born mason in such a manner. Nevertheless, I appreciate your concern, as well as your willingness to assist Theramont. May your journey back to Falcon's Nest be swift and safe. Pray give my regards to Sir Redwald. I must applaud your initiative, Master Kilray. Roth tells me you have been quite busy. Alas, we have not the time to thank you properly. I have a task to which I would commit all able-bodied men and women, you and Lord Artwell included. Reconnaissance lost. In times such as these, Sir Redwald is glad to have veterans like you to whom he can turn. Calm as ever, when you must surely sense the gravity of the situation. A veteran through and through, just as Lord Dreamont said. Good. We've lost contact with a reconnaissance party sent north to River's Meet in search of Heretic's hideaway. Whether they were attacked or met with some other misfortune, we know not. But regardless of the cause, we must act quickly, for this is a harsh, unforgiving land which can claim, and has claimed, the lives of many men. To ensure we find our missing knights as quickly as possible, I've assigned each party to search a different area. You and Lord Artwell will be working together. Seek him out when you are ready to depart, and good luck. It seems we have been assigned the area near Camp River's Meet, Master Kilray. Unless you are unaware, the camp was one of many our knights were forced to abandon when we withdrew from the Curthur's western highlands, one of many sacrifices made in the wake of the calamity. 'Twould not surprise me if our knights took shelter there. There is but one way to find out, though. Let us be off. There, below us, Camp River's Meet, or what remains of it. I see no way to descend the cliff safely from here. Should we fall, the beasts below would make short work of us. Come, I know a path to the riverbed below, east of the Black Iron Bridge. If the reconnaissance party came this way, I see no sign of it. Still, it is possible that recent storms have obscured their trail, or that they took an alternate route to Camp River's Meet. Until we investigate the camp itself, we cannot be certain. We must press on. Well, we found our man. Die. Die. Explode. God, that is what it should feel like when you're the Warrior of Light. Anyway, up and at him, Pally. Are you all right? I heard sounds of a struggle. Thank the Fury. I thought no one would come. 3 heretics slain and 1 knight saved, just like that. You certainly live up to your reputation, Master Kilray. What happened here, sir? Is there no one else? We were caught in a furious blizzard north of here, my lord. Naught but white all around. We saw shapes moving towards us, running towards us, with naked steel in their hands. I cut down a few of the bastards who came close, but the others, they were shouting and screaming, but after a while I could only hear unfamiliar voices. I found my way to the camp, hoping to hide while the storm passed. But the heretics followed you here. My lord, the heretics' hideaway lies somewhere to the north. We must move quickly before the snow buries all traces of their passing. For my brothers, we must. Have faith, sir. Justice will be done, but first we must see you to safety. At the end of our hope. Lord Artwirl seems loath to forego any opportunity to locate the heretic's hiding place. He has the right of it, Master Kilray. Whatever remains of the heretic's trail will be gone with the next snowfall, but we cannot very well leave our friend here. I will see him to Falcon's Nest and gather reinforcements. In the meantime, I would have you search the area to the north of the camp for signs of an attack. Should you pick up the heretic's trail, do not wait for me. Follow it back to their lair forthwith, being sure to leave me some clear footprints. I realize that this plan may place you in considerable danger, but I see no alternative. Rest assured we will not be far behind. And Marks, thank you. Time to find the attack site. Oh, that wasn't hard. You poor bastard. The tracks continue to the north. Forwards! Suspicious footprints. I continue to the north. Okay, footprints continuing to the north. Ah! They don't just continue to the north, they just lead to people. We've been followed! How did I miss that? Man, I hate the fact they still have blinding flash. Hello, spineless heretic. That all you got? Help! Somebody help! I guess I'm just gonna follow you now. So, you do track? Good at cardio? Stay away from me! Yeah, sorry, I can't do that. Here, let me whisper in your ear. How you doing? Where you running to? You gonna lead me to those ice traps? Well, bad news, buddy. I'm just gonna ignore them. How am I outpacing you here? You really need to work on your perception. Neat house. This way you've been hiding out? You're caught in the flooring. Hi, everyone! You fool! You read them right to us! Sorry, you're gonna need more potent magics than that to hit me. I absolutely thrash you. No, I won't. And now I wait. Hey, that was easy. Ah, it's you, Lady Iceheart.
Looking for me, I presume?
Yes. Oh, hey, Midgard Summer. Nice of you to join us.
Ah, the child who glimpsed the truth.
No! It cannot be.
He cameth unto me, as didst thou, alike in gifts, yet set upon different paths.
He speaks true, warrior of light. Like you, I have been blessed with the echo. The visions terrified me at first. They came without warning. I wondered what I had done to deserve them. But I had no time to ponder such things, once the calamity came. The land turned against us, and in a matter of hours, Falcon's Nest was buried under 10 fulms of ice and snow. We had no choice but to flee for Ishgard. We came to the wall, and while we searched for a way through, there was an avalanche. And then I was alone. So I set forth for Dravania. I knew full well what might happen where I found. But I could not survive on my own. I was found, of course. And not by a mere dragon, but by the great worm Hraesvelgr. And it was then that I knew why I had been given this gift. For with it I heard his voice, and saw the truth through his eyes. I was chosen to deliver this revelation to the people. To bring dragon and man together as they once were, and should ever be.
Killing civilians won't bring them together. What of the innocents who died when you attacked the Foundation?
It wasn't supposed to be like that. You have to believe me. It was beyond my control.
Well, it still happened, one way or another, whether you wanted it to or not.
Children taught to fear the skies, who saw their loved ones slaughtered. Yet the Dravanians, though they know where the fault truly lies, fell upon them with such fury.
Men die, and their children forget. But we are everlasting. To us, then is as now. Thou canst not comprehend the violation, the outrage, the fury.
I will make this right. I'm neither a saint nor a savior, just another sinner. Yet I will not forsake this cause. I cannot. I will see this cycle broken and peace restored. We can do naught else, for we are now as one.
Bye-bye, Midgard. I guess I'll let you go, too. Gotta stretch. Master Kilray, praise Halona, you are alive. We came as swiftly as we could. I see we are too late. So they were lurking in the cellar of this farmhouse. 'Tis a pity Lady Iceheart escaped, but we must not let that detract from your accomplishment. We have them on the run. You have dealt our foes a telling blow this eve, my friend. I shall see that your efforts are recognized. Establishing an outpost in so remote a location could not have been easy. Tenacious devils. Knights, be not proud. Lord Artwarel would rather not linger without cause. The knights have matters well in hand. Let us return to Falcon's Nest and share our discoveries with Sir Redwald. Come, after tracking heretics across malms of ice and snow, I dare say you are due for a few hours' rest next to a warm fire. Lord Artwarel, Master Kilray, full glad am I to see you both hale and healthy. What news? You mean to say you hunted the heretics down on your own and slew them before reinforcements could arrive? By the Fury! I believe we have made great strides towards purging these lands of the heretics, and I mean to say as much when I deliver my report to Father in the Holy See. As will I, Lord Artwarel. May it serve to remind our superiors what Houses Durandaya and Fort Tom can achieve through continued cooperation. Indeed, I trust you and your knights are content to handle the rest? We most certainly are, my lord. During your short time with us, you and Master Kilray have accomplished far more than I had thought possible. I cannot in good conscience impose upon you any longer. We return to Ishgard with my thanks. As you wish, Sir Redwald. We thank you for your hospitality. Master Kilray, I would speak plain. From the first I questioned your motives and your competence. Unjustly, I now realize. Rumors have a way of growing more fantastic as they spread, and quite frankly, those surrounding you beggared belief. But Hoshafant swore that all the stories were true. He championed your cause and begged Father to grant you patronage. And he duly listened, because for all his wisdom, he has never been able to say no to my dear half-brother. A legacy of my father's sole indiscretion. Mother hated him, of course. Even on her deathbed, she refused to acknowledge him. And to be honest, she was not alone in her feelings. But that is not the worst of it. At Camp Rivers meet, when we came upon that wounded knight, I knew immediately that one of us would have to pursue the heretics alone. An onerous task, fraught with danger. And there you were, a savior of Eorzea and honored guest of House Fortom, my new comrade in arms, Hoshafant's dear friend. I told myself it was to be a test, but part of me hoped that you would fail. Yet you accepted the task without a word of protest, nor any sign of fear. You duly tracked the enemy down, and faced him alone, and lived to tell the tale. Plainly, Orchevon had the right of it all along. That he doubted your strength bespeaks mine own weakness. But I will not doubt you again, Master Kilray. On that you have my word. Well, I appreciate the honesty. Okay, Amandalane, your turn. Onwards and upwards. When a man like Lord Amandalane is in high spirits, you can be sure that trouble is in store. Shall we be off then, old boy? Ah, but where are my manners? Amandalane de Forton, second son of Count Edmund de Forton. True-born, that is. Yes, I know what you're thinking, and you are absolutely right. What ill fortune to be born second in a society where the eldest inherits all. Oh, my brother would never cut me off, 'tis true, but who could be satisfied subsisting on a meagre allowance, forever overshadowed by his sibling? Not I, old boy, not I. Which is why I need your help to ensure that this business in the Sea of Clouds goes swimmingly, so that the tales of my great deeds can win me in a place in people's hearts, or better yet, raise me higher in their estimations than elsewhere else. Ambitious, I grant you, but then I do have a legendary hero to do my bidding. Oh, do not look at me that way. I jest. Anyway, we are to aid the good men and women of House Halenhart. They have ever been steadfast friends to our house, though they have fallen on hard times since the calamity. Poor blighters. As to what precisely we would be doing, well, what fun would it be if I told you everything in advance? Just come along with me to the airship landing. We will need to take the airship to Camp Cloudtop. Abernathia's Spine, the Sea of Clouds. I probably mispronounced that. Oh, I would never work that high up.
Upon an airship, conceived within the fecund mind of Cid Garland, renegade prodigy of Garlemald, who had come to call Eorzea home. High into the heavens, where isles of earth and stone floated as clouds. A frontier the knights of Ishgard had scarce begun to explore. To a fledgling outpost, within the Sea of Clouds, where careworn scouts ever scanned the skies for winged shadows, he came.
Did Amandalane board a different plane, a different airship to me? Ooh, we really are high up. Does this count as terra firma or not? Awfully cold up here. I mean, Kurthus may not be blessed with the warmest weather in the world, but compared to this, it seems positively balmy. And of course, our hero is wholly unperturbed. You don't have to maintain that strong, silent persona all the time, you know. Never mind. We need to find Lady Laniette. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Laniette. She is in charge of the garrison here. Oh, and when we find her, just follow my lead, yes? Excellent! Master Kilray, welcome. I'm Sir Laniette de Halenhart. Sir Laniette de Halenhart, commander of the forces stationed here at Camp Cloudtop. Strange though it may sound, I have have long dreamed of meeting you. I am in your debt, you see, and shall ever remain so. Were it not for you, my younger brother Francel would have been executed upon the word of a false inquisitor. Alas, a knight must go where duty demands, and thus I have been unable to seek you out. But by the grace of Helone, I have been granted an opportunity to thank my brother's savior in person, and to call upon his generous aid beside. Truly, I know not what I have done to deserve this double blessing. Well, you're welcome, I guess. Ahem! 'Tis a pleasure to see you again, my Lady Laniette. You have cut an elegant figure as always. A steel-clad rose, equally at home on a battlefield or in a ballroom. Lord Emmanuel, if it is not too much to ask, I should be grateful if you would allow me to finish speaking with Master Kilray. Ah! Camp Cloudtop was established to provide early warning of impending Dravanian incursions. The high elevation afforded by the floating isles makes it ideal for this purpose. Naturally, it also makes us a ready target for attack. We are not defenseless, however. The Protector, our largest and most advanced airship, is capable of downing all but the mightiest dragons. Alas, as you may have noticed, it is currently undergoing repair. What is worse, our efforts have been hampered by an indigenous beast tribe known as the Vanu, with whom we have had several skirmishes already. No beastman is a match for a man of Ishgard. Bring me a birdman and I'll show him a thing or two. I fear much and more may be asked of you in the days to come, Master Kilray. An indispensable ally. Lady Laniette knows all too well what must be done to ensure that your time spent in Camp Cloudtop is not for nothing. While I understand Count Edmund's intentions, I would rather not waste valuable time ensuring that the young lord doesn't get trampled underfoot. True, it is entirely possible they may learn something from this experience, but if left to his own devices, I think it far more likely that he will make a mess of things. Tell him that I would like him to keep watch for Dravanian outflyers. Then, when you have a moment to speak with his manservant in private, make it clear that it is his responsibility to keep Emmanuel from shirking his duty. Of which he didn't hear any of that, despite being, at best, maybe a couple of yalms away. A request from Laniette? Why didn't she think to ask me in person? Surely she must see me standing here, but a few yalms away. Oh, never mind. What is it? A mission of paramount importance. Keep watch for Dravanian outflyers. A mission? Yes, of course. That is why I'm here. I shall do as my lady asks. Ah, Master Kilray. I do not believe I have properly introduced myself. My name is Anawa. I serve at the pleasure of Lord Manolane. Lady Laniette would have me accompany Lord Manolane on his mission? I understand completely. I will do my utmost to keep him out of harm's way. Were he of another house, mayhap I would not feel obliged to go to such lengths to preserve his safety and dignity. In any case, I appreciate you speaking to him for me. It would seem he actually listens to you, at least more so than others. Or mayhap you are more skilled at this than most. I suspect you have had to humor your fair share of difficult men before. I myself am a difficult man. Meeting the neighbors. Lady Laniette is eager to get to more important business. Now that the Manolane is out of harm's way, we are free to discuss matters of actual import, such as our struggles with the Vanu. We first encountered the Vanu several years ago, when we had just begun to explore the Sea of Clouds. After an exchange of pleasantries and gifts, we received permission to construct a permanent lookout post. There was peace between our peoples for half a year, until suddenly, for reasons unknown, their attitudes towards us changed. They began to attack our foraging parties without provocation, forcing us to rely more heavily on the supplies flown in from Ishgard. But words are no substitute for first-hand experience. Go and see Sir Marielle. She could use your assistance. Master Kilray, I presume? Lady Laniette told me you were coming. Must have shouted from all the way down there. I hear tell you've never faced a Vanu before. Well, spend enough time on patrol and you're sure to cross paths with them eventually. These birdmen are native to the Floating Isles. I say birdmen, but they're not actually at all. They're not at all like the Ixal, unless that Ixal's mother was a Gigas. Here, let me mark several locations on your map. If you discover any Vanu in these areas, kill them or drive them away. Okay. Looking. Oh, hey, they're birds! Latnoi Gundu and Vuknoi Gundu. Oh, hey, they're both dead. Looking again. Looking harder. Looking even harder. I see nothing. Flying rocks. You steel yourself for a mighty struggle, yet find no Vanu lying in wait. It has been a while since I last played Heavensward and Stormblood, so my memory of events is not exactly the most stellar. Looking. Out! Well, that's that. Finished with your patrol? Anything to report? A couple of really fat birds are now dead. Maybe it was too much to hope for one day without a skirmish. At least I can take solace in the fact that Halona has blessed us with a mighty ally. Sense of urgency. An undisciplined unit is a unit ripe for destruction, as Sir Mariel knows. Accepting your recent clashes with Vanu, it cannot have escaped your notice that things here are rather peaceful, to the detriment of our garrison's discipline. Despite being built as an observation post, we have yet to record a single intrusion by the Horde. That is why, as far as everyone is concerned, Camp Cloudtop is a backwater of no significance. And of course, the pride of our camp, the vaunted Protector, is in a perpetual state of needing repairs, so even were the Holy Seat to come under Divani and attack, we would be unable to fly to their aid. Simply put, Master Kilray, this is where ambition comes to die. If you have an aspirations for advancement, you'll be right at home. However, I would like to think that enthusiasm can be just as contagious as apathy. If you'll indulge me, I would have you seek out the sentries and stoke their fighting spirit. Psych them up, you might say. I getcha. As you wish, my lord. Should I spy an outflyer, I will alert you immediately. Oh, there, old boy. Slain any Vanu champions yet? No? Oh, well, let me know when you have, so I can make myself presentable for... Come on, boy, that can't be all you've got. Let me see your war face. Is it an attack? What should we do? What should we do? You had fooled me there for a moment, old boy. An amusing jest, albeit a tad cruel. Sure, you must realize how unsuited I am to the monotony of mere sentry duty. Yet still you tempt me with a promise of excitement? No, this won't do at all. Lady Laniette will give me a grand mission that befits my station. Oh boy, I think that had the adverse effect. Warface now! Ugh! What is that? Is it the Horde? By the Fury, whatever possessed you to do that? I'm awake. What a not. After the shock you just gave me, I thought I'll sleep for a fortnight. Ye gods, where did that come from? Fine, if you insist, I will make an effort to be more alert. But really, I fail to see the point. We're hundreds of miles away from the front lines, which is just the way I like it, thank you very much. Many thanks, Master Kilray. Already I can see a change in our sentry's behavior. Beg your pardon? Lord Manlane said what? Well, I have no doubt that Lady Laniette will do her utmost to oblige him. Ow. Hope springs eternal. Sir Mariel fears what might come of Lord Manlane's newfound ambition. If Lord Manlane is going to demand a more dangerous duty, then I expect Lady Laniette will want you to accompany him. Aye, you might as well speak with her sooner rather than later. There's no use avoiding the inevitable. Master Kilray, Lord Manlane has just informed me that mere sentry duty is beneath him. I understand we have you to thank for this epiphany. Well, there's nothing for it but give him something more demanding, then. Can I count on you to keep him safe? Yeah, it is kind of my fault. Excellent. We are in constant need of fresh water in Camp Cloudtop, as there are no underground sources we can tap with wells. However, there is a unique variety of crystals we have recently discovered that which may be able to enable us to obtain water through other means. These spring crystals can be found in Vor Sian Soran, to the east of here. I would have you and Manlane bring one back to us. You may have to contend with the feral beasts which populate the lakes, not to mention the Vanu scouts ranging from the nearby settlement. Of course, that all pales in comparison to keeping the young lord entertained, but you have doubtless grown accustomed to that by now. Good luck, and be safe. Lady Laniette told you to tell me about my mission once again? If I didn't know any better, I swear she's avoiding me. Anyway, what is it? A vital mission, on the success of which the very survival of Count Cloudtop rests. The procurement of potable water. Finally! It's about time she trusted me with a mission of real import. Right then, let's go! So this is the Vorvsian Saran of legend, an area Vanu in sight. How disappointing. I could do with some sport. I know, why don't you and I make it a competition? Whoever finds the superior specimen wins. On us shall judge our entries on size, purity, and, say, aesthetic sensibilities. Let us begin at once. You know, the music of the Sea of Clouds reminds me of Ape Escape, like Ape Escape 3. Loved that game when I was younger. Just has that certain, like, I don't know what the instrument is, but it has an instrument that reminds me a lot of it. This crystal appears to be secreting a steady stream of water. Perhaps it is the spring crystal Lady Laniette seeks. Okay, time to bring it on back. Ah, Master Kilray, have you brought your entry for the contest? A crystal so aspected to water that it feels wet to the touch. My understandings of such things is limited, but can this truly be used to draw moisture from the air like water from a pump? Fascinating. A series of unfortunate events, otherwise more than a little concern for Lord Manlane's well-being. Lord Manlane has been gone for an awfully long time. Did you perchance see him while you were searching for your crystal? Even he must realize the dangers of wandering too far in such a place. Mayhap I am worrying about nothing, but I must ask that you assist me in looking for him, Master Kilray. We shall find him more quickly if we split up. Pray search the southeastern area of Vorsian Saran as swiftly as you are able, and rendezvous with me in the north. Farewell and good luck. I'm looking super hard, and all I see is flying rocks and pine cones. You survey the surrounding area for a time, but see no sign of a Madeline. Okay, now to look for Onawa. Master Kilray! Lord of Madeline! Lord of Madeline has been taken by the Vanu! They had my lord surrounded, a whole gang of them! Please, you must come quickly! Alright, lead the way, boy! Boy. My voice is not suited for that kind of low thing. I was trying to go for Kratos. Oh, sure, just leave me over here. God, I love this mount. Their regalia is so cool. Okay. The stars! Despite the fact we were in the middle of the day. The Vana must have taken him to that village. They had to present to their chieftain. I will make haste to the Rose House and tell Lady Lanietta about what has happened. And yet by the time I return with aid, it may already be too late. Forgive me for asking, Master Kilray, but should you spy an opportunity to sneak past the sentries and rescue Lord Amadeline in my absence, I beg you to take it. I know he can be a trifle presumptuous, and insensitive, and, well, insufferable, but he doesn't deserve this. Alright, forward charge! Your gooses are cooked. Netherlings, attack! Punch me all you want, it's not gonna take me down. Oh, I don't have a jump. Coming through, out of the way! I can kill all of you if I have to, but I don't wanna. I'm only here to rescue an idiot, so don't get in my way. Okay, you wanna die. Oh, that was a good way to spend the rest of your life. Here, let me attack the guy with this shining sword. Gunblade. Well, it's still a sword. Oh, yeah, sure. You want to die too. By the Fury, you're not going to eat me, are you? That's not what you do to prisoners, is it? Mox! Mox, I'm over here! Netherlands come to free prisoner. Spread loud like thunder. Cast them into Cloud Sea. Don't worry, my patty cake technique is guaranteed to sever those ropes for you. That was thoroughly unpleasant. Netherlands sink away like ireful gullicots. Rally warriors of Gundu. Let none escape. Uh-oh. I'm starting to lag. They're dead. You can keep moving. gonna go on ahead and cut down anything I figure will get in our way. Come on, Manlin, you can move faster than that. We're in the middle of an enemy stronghold, not out for a brisk jog. So come on, game. It's not that hard. Don't break on me now. Hey, it's Horsefant! And some guy from Tom's Manor. Help has arrived, Mox! Horsefant, is that you? Thank the heavens, get us out of here! Keep Madeline safe, Mox. We will hold them off. Move it, come on. Double time it. No time to stop. Move, move, move. Hey, I got your attention already. They're dead. Come on, Manling. We gotta move. I'm running circles around you. This way, quickly!
Reinforcements?
Then we can just kill him. It's not that difficult.
Anger of Honu, chief of mighty Vondo, royals like blackest storm clouds, offer netherlings to the white. Cloud sea swells, and he comes.
There she blows! The great white whale! Where's Ahab when you need him? Or is it Ishmael? I never actually read Moby Dick. Giant feathered flying whale!
The white, mighty Bismarck, lord of the mists!
Where are the Kriegsmarine then?
A flying whale? By the Fury, it's a primal. We must away.
For once, I agree with Madeline's perception. Just run away. To boldly flee. Also, why did I say perception? I meant, I don't know what I meant. I can't remember the word for it.
Damn!
That was a weird way to say that. Damn!
Bloody typical. All right, we're going in.
Aye, aye, Chief.
And Sid with the timely rescue.
All aboard!
And just like the Ixal, they can't fly. Giant white whale off the port of the front bow, I guess. Oh, good lord, it's trying to eat us. I don't want to go on Bismarck's big inside story or whatever it is. The gods only know what might have happened had we not been around to save you. No need for thanks, though. It is not as if you haven't done the same for us on a few previous occasions. All right, more than a few. It was but blind chance that brought us here together this time. In case you were wondering, the Holy See has petitioned the Ironworks for assistance in this creation of theirs, the Protector. They just can't seem to get her flying. Anyway, I came to Cloudtop to cast an eye over the ship, only to learn that you had arrived some few days before with an Ishgardian lordling in tow. Small world, I thought, just as said lordling's manservant skittered into view, babbling about his master who had been captured and you risking all to rescue him. The rest, as they say, is history. Right, well, I hate to cut short our reunion. I am here on business, after all. The boys have already hard at work. Don't worry, old friend. We'll speak again soon. I promise. Our reward long in coming. Lord Amanline appears to be rather pleased with himself. Very well, I admit it. It was an incredibly harrowing experience. I could have very well have died, you know. Me! Dead! On the other hand, by risking life and limb in the line of duty, I did succeed in uncovering an existence of a new primal. And that, old boy, is no small feat. I have made an historic discovery. Unless I'm an idiot, that should be A. I have made a historic discovery! In fact, even Lady Laniette will have no choice but to acknowledge. Yes, I am rather looking forward to basking in the sunshine of her praise. Speaking of which, isn't it time we made our triumphant return? Even after everything he has been through, he manages to remain so optimistic. Praise Halone, I feared the worst. What happened out there? Well, there was this giant whale, and I rescued him. A primal? Are you sure? Yet, now that I think on it, this Bismarck is reminiscent of the white whale of Vanu legend, a massive creature said to swim in the Sea of Clouds. From what I have learned of comparable summonings, the presence of the Vanu's god would certainly explain the sudden change in their behavior toward the people of Camp Cloudtop. Ah, you mean to say that they've fallen under the Primal's influence? I recall reading such things in the documents provided by Master Alphinaud. Aren't we forgetting something important, Lady Laniette? A little recognition for the hero of the hour, a few choice expressions of gratitude, respect, admiration, and so on. Why, yes, you are right, of course. Master Kilray deserves all that and more for having risked his life to rescue such an esteemed personage. Well, if there is naught else to discuss, I would depart for Ishgard forthwith. The Holy See and the Temple Knights must be informed of this new threat without delay. But of course, Master Kilray, you have done more than enough here. Pray return to Ishgard with Lord Horshaphant and give my warmest regards to the Count. So that's it then? No more forays into enemy territory? Very well. I can see my services are no longer needed. Take care, Lady Laniette. And may our next meeting take place under more fallacious circumstances. What can you do? All's well that ends well, eh? To the airship landing, then. We can speak on the journey home. I confess, I have always been rather fond of airship travel. The chill of the wind upon your face, the warmth of the blood pumping in your veins from the excitement, I find the whole experience indescribably invigorating. While my habit is simply the joy of uncheated death yet again. In any event, I must make for the congregation and inform Sir Emmerich of all that has occurred. Emmanuel should have returned to the manor by now. Why not go and see if he has recovered from his ordeal? Oh, it's you, Max. Gods, why did he have to strike me so hard? Father, he did not approve of how I handled matters in Count Cloudtop, how I endangered the lives of others through my own recklessness and incompetence. It isn't easy playing the hero, is it? God, why? Well, I suppose I'll have to call it there. This is but one of many videos I intend to make for Final Fantasy XIV. It's a long road ahead, but I'm going to power through it. That way I'm ready for Endwalker. And then even beyond Endwalker. As always, I hope anyone watching is having a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.